Galileo Galilei, 1564–1642, was an Italian astronomer, physicist, and mathematician who is widely considered to be one of the most important figures in the history of science. He is known for his pioneering work in the fields of observational astronomy, the study of motion and mechanics, and the use of the telescope. Galileo was born in Pisa, Italy, in 1564. He was the eldest of 7 children in a family of minor nobility. As a child, he was fascinated by the natural world and was particularly interested in mathematics and the study of motion. He began his formal education at the University of Pisa, but he soon dropped out to pursue his own interests in science and mathematics. In 1589, Galileo returned to the University of Pisa as a professor of mathematics. It was here that he began to develop his ideas about the motion of objects, and he quickly gained a reputation as a brilliant and innovative thinker. In 1609, he heard about the invention of the telescope in the Netherlands, and he quickly built his own telescope. With this new instrument, he began to make groundbreaking observations of the night sky. Galileo's observations of the moon and the planets revolutionized the field of astronomy. He was the first person to observe the phases of Venus, which provided strong evidence for the Copernican theory that the planets orbit the Sun. He also discovered 4 of Jupiter's largest moons, which are now known as the Galilean moons. His observations of the moon revealed that it was not a perfect sphere, as had been previously believed, but was instead covered with mountains and craters. Galileo's work on the motion of objects also had a profound impact on the field of physics. He is known for his famous experiment, in which he dropped 2 balls of different masses from the Leaning Tower of Pisa to demonstrate that they would fall at the same rate, regardless of their mass. This was a direct challenge to the Aristotelian view that heavier objects fall faster than lighter ones, and it laid the foundation for the development of the laws of motion by Sir Isaac Newton. In 1632, Galileo published his most famous work, Dialogue Concerning the Two Chief World Systems, in which he presented the arguments for and against the Copernican theory. The book was an immediate success and was widely read, but it also brought Galileo into conflict with the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church had officially adopted the Aristotelian view of the universe, and they saw Galileo's support of the Copernican theory as a direct challenge to their authority. In 1633, Galileo was put on trial for heresy and was forced to recant his views. He was placed under house arrest for the last 9 years of his life. Despite the restrictions placed on him, Galileo continued to work on his scientific research and published several important works during this time. He died in 1642 at the age of 77. Today, Galileo is considered one of the most influential figures in the history of science. His work in observational astronomy and the study of motion and mechanics laid the foundation for many of the scientific discoveries that followed. His use of the telescope to observe the night sky revolutionized the field of astronomy, and his experiments on the motion of objects laid the foundation for the development of the laws of motion. His contributions to the field of science are still studied and celebrated today, and he is considered one of the greatest scientists of all time.